So today we're going to get into 3 more Tales games, and those are Tales of Grace's F, which is the continuation of Tales of Grace's. We didn't get Tales of Grace's in America. It is divvied up into 3 arcs: the childhood arc, the adult arc, and the F arc for future arc. Then we have Tales of Zesteria, which is the sequel to Tales of Bestiaria. I don't know where they come with these names, but Zesteria was released first, as movies that or media that is later moved around in terms of chronology is. That was a word jumble. What I meant by that was this was later revealed to be a prequel to, or a sequel to, another game that came out after it. So, weird. Although they didn't do a bad job of it, because most times that studios try to do that, they completely mess it up and ruin both stories. But in this one, they managed to do a good job by basically not bringing it up as much as possible. And then we have Tales of Xillia, and this is the limited edition. I got this when I got my PS3. My brother got it for me. There is something wedged in here. What does it have? It has the case, which I've barely ever looked at because I have that beautiful art. Here was my code for some of the DLC you get, which was some extra costumes. Come on, close. Here it is. What's this? A character book. Ooh, jeez, that is thick. There's Jude Mathis. Wow, super detailed. Mila Maxwell. Come on. Alvin. Elise. And Tipo, her doll. This is a really hard book to close. Oh, turn. Tipo. Okay. This is getting harder the more and more weights on the one side. Leah Ronaldo. Rolando. Okay. Rowan Ilbert. Or Ilbert the Conductor, as he's known. And I guess that's actually really nice. That is a very unflattering picture. Oh yes, these guys. I don't even remember what they're called. The four Chimeria or something. Yeah, so you get a little art book, and then you get the music CD. Does it tell you what's on the back? Tales of Xillia. I don't remember what... Oh, Splendid Sword Dance is really good. But I don't remember any of these other songs off the top of my head. It's been a year or so since I've even played this. Yep. I'm going to reassemble it real quick. I'll be back in a sec. So, that's a brief overview of those 3. This game I have played through probably 3 or 4 times. I think it has the best combat system out of any of the games. And it reworked the title system so that you weren't just getting titles every once in a while, and they were, if you didn't know what to do with them, you weren't really penalized. But in this game, it introduced a system where, like, every couple battles you get a new title, and the titles give you new skills, and skills give you new titles, and the titles give you new attributes and stuff. And it made it so that if you weren't constantly looking at these titles, your characters, as you progress, would get, like, just get ridiculously outmatched. I don't know why I said Maximus, whatever I said. Yeah, and this comes with the future arc, which is like an additional 10 or 15 hours. People have criticized this game for its really weak story, which I think is a somewhat fair assumption, and the fact that it has random difficulty spikes, Like, randomly you'll just be swatting enemies, and then all of a sudden you'll just get stomped randomly, which is a little stupid. Then there's Xillia, the first game, to my knowledge, where you can pick between two main characters, and their stories are actually different. Jude's story is more of like what I would recommend playing the first time through, because it gives you all the info you need and whatnot, and it's a good story. And then the Mila one kind of fills in some of the blanks of things, less important aspects of things, like it delves into Alvin's character slightly more, and it shows you what Mila's doing when she's not with Jude, and it just goes through some stuff that doesn't happen in Jude's story, but it does spoil a lot of Jude's story, even though you don't experience it firsthand in Mila's story. So if you're going to play through the game, play through Jude's, and then if you want more detail and stuff, play through Mila's. I've played through this game a couple of times too. Yeah. Oh, is it supposed to come with a... Oh no, I thought it was supposed to come with a steelbook or something. I was gonna be like, I don't have one of those. Yeah, this was a limited edition copy my brother got me like a year after it came out, which kind of just goes to show how not good these games sell in America. This one I think sold around, I think I mentioned it last video, about 50,000 copies. 50,000 to 75,000 or something. That's just the average for them now. Like, excuse me, today's audience just isn't interested. Then we have Tales of Zesteria, the first game in the series that did this. So for all of time, this has been your attack button, right? And then this has been your skill button. They switched it so that this is your attack button and this is your skill button. And some of you might be saying, oh, well, what's the difference? Who cares? The difference is that when you've been playing video games for 15 years and, or a series, maybe not video games in general, but a series of games, and all the controls are always the same. Attack, skill, pause or open menu, block, move, skill, and Symphonia did this too. Symphonia switched it so that some of your attacks weren't up, down on the right stick, but they were these buttons, and I don't know, or no, they were these buttons. I don't know why, because that's so inconvenient when you're holding the controller and you're moving and you're, hitting X. I can't really do it because, I'm holding when you're holding a controller like this and you're doing that, it's much easier to do this than it is to do this. Actually, this is easier. It's just a feeling that I don't like. Anyway, it switched the attack button to this, which was really weird, and the next couple games continued that, so I've gotten a little more used to it. But it doesn't feel right. Like, it doesn't have the same weight and good feeling. By the way, this controller, this light bar crap, it's gotta go. I don't know what it is, but the PS3 had a life system on their controller that made the controller last for weeks when I was in high school, playing video games like more than I was going to school. I spent more time in high school playing video games than in school. So, like 30 hours of school a week or 25, and then I'd spend 30, 40 hours playing video games. Controller lasted that long. This junk lasts me a week if I'm just watching Netflix. And I turn the controller off while I'm doing it. So that means the battery life is like 4 hours compared to almost 50. Because of this stupid light bar that you can't even turn off. Anyway, that was a mini rant about controllers. Very good. I'm very good at this. This is why I'm only ever doing 12 of these. I never finished this game. I bought the DLC for it, though. I never played it. But I have the DLC, and I did like the game. I actually started it again a few months ago, but I stopped playing it when I was doing finals. Yeah, I'll probably go back and finish it eventually. I have a big catalog of games I want to do. Yeah, and then Yeah. My brother argues that Xillia is better than Graces. I argue that Graces is better than Xillia, just because I like the battle system in Graces a lot more. In Xillia, you can actually swap out party members who aren't in your party, which is good if you're ever in a pinch. But in this game, I just really enjoy the combat. Actually, thinking about it right now makes me want to go play it, but I don't have time to do that. So, I think that's about all for this one. In the next video, we're going to take a look at some of the Tales games I don't have a lot of experience with, or that aren't as good, in my opinion. Until then, I will see you guys later. Goodbye.